390 KRBE. That's 713-390-5723. Last week, we took so many listener line calls on the air, and a lot of them were saying that, yeah, you can't speak out against anything. They punish you.
We want to talk to parents, but then, I mean, with all the texts we're getting right now, it's
mostly from teachers who are still trying to get their message out about how tough it is to be teaching at HISD right now. 713-390-KRBE is our phone number, and you can voice your opinion because we opened up our show this morning to be greeted by this text that came from someone. Now, there's a specific name in here. I don't know if I should actually say the name because I don't even know who the person is, but HISD knows who the person is in this text.
Don't say their name to be safe. Just
regarding the insubordination threat. Like, if you have any questions, I'll read here. Here's the text word for word, but not with the name. It says, "Dear Roula and Ryan Show, this is regarding the HISD takeover and how it is affecting our schools, our children, and our families. Our teachers are asking questions that parents ask them. Teachers need more information in order to implement this program successfully. Instead, the central division person in charge is terminating our teachers' employment, alleging, quote, insubordination. Since when is asking for clarification or asking for more information an act of insubordination? Please touch on this topic tomorrow morning. This person will show up at our school to threaten our teachers, but she won't hold a community meeting with parents to discuss policies and procedures, strategies and plans being implemented. They want us as parents to trust them blindly." So originally I was thinking, well, maybe other parents have questions, but it doesn't matter if the parents have questions because the overwhelming response and reaction every time we bring up HISD is from the people that are trying to teach your kids.
They're the ones that are trying to teach. And we've put the invitation out there for Mr. Miles. If you want to be on the air, defend yourself, please. Or
at least open our eyes as to answer back what all the teachers are saying. 713-390-KRBE. We open up our studio to anybody who can put some light on this and make it right, because there's way too many teachers who are telling us it's wrong, and they are feeling so handcuffed.
So many.
That's the best way you can say it. They're handcuffed to this regimen that they have to follow, this script in the classrooms they have to follow, and they just feel like everyone is suffering. The teachers suffer, the kids suffer. It's a terrible thing to go to school every day, and they hate it.
Well, think about this, Roula. I mean, the Texas government, the TEA has taken over HISD to make it supposedly better, but yet now they're hiring people that don't even have teaching certificates because the teachers
that was
quit.
The case when but that's before everybody quit.
Oh, I know.
That's
but
when
I'm
the
just
school
saying
district first started. They were doing that. Let's go to Jess on the line. 713-390-KRBE. Hi, Jess. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning.
What's going on with you, Jess? Are you a teacher at HISD?
So I'm a learning coach. That is something that they came up with.
A learning coach.
What does that mean exactly?
Learning coach.
Okay.
Yeah. A learning coach is someone that would take kids that are falling back and take them into a class so they can learn. But we're not even doing what we were hired to be doing. We're being substitutes.
In what way?
It's a different thing.
So you have to literally go in and sub for a teacher that's not there.
Correct. Yeah. And they're kids that are always missing. I mean, teachers, sorry.
Teachers that are always missing.
Are they calling in sick, or are they just getting fired?
They're just not showing up.
Wow. How often does this happen?
So then what happens? Hold on, what happens to the kids you're supposed to be learning sub?
Wait. What'd you say? Every day?
Yeah, every day. It's a different day because someone else is missing work.
Wow.
And because that's happening, Jess, and you have to then turn into a sub versus a learning coach, then the kids you're supposed to be coaching, that's just by the wayside then, right? There's just no there's just no coaching happening.
No, there's no learning.
And what exactly is happening if you're a sub? I've never been a sub before, but I imagine you follow a curriculum that you're supposed to teach the kids for that day, or are we going to have an entire generation of kids? Say it again?
Not even that. It's a middle school, and we don't even do anything because there's nothing left for us. So there's no attendance. There's nothing. We just have to wing it.
Wow.
How do you wing it? I don't even know how that I don't know second grade science.
This is the government. Doing
it.
This is
better for us.
And you know what, Jess? Every time we've talked about this situation, and for a lot of people who make their schedule in the 7 o'clock hour to listen to our show, they've missed the last couple of mornings in the 6 o'clock hour. We touched on this. Every time we talk about this, we have asked for people who actually think it's a good idea or they have seen positive in this change with the takeover to please call in and give us their side. And every time there's only like one or none, and they'll drop. We had a person standing by just as we took your call saying this person's actually for the change, and then he dropped. So if you actually are for this change, and opens our eyes to why you think it's good versus what we're hearing from the majority of teachers saying it's terrible. It's terrible for the students. It's terrible for the parents. It's terrible for the kids.
I think we're having a hard time with people wanting to call in right now because look at
They're full. We just got to get to them.
Okay. I'm just saying.
713-390-KRBE. Who do y'all want to go to next?
Just take line 3.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hi, welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. What's your name, please?
Hi, my name is Brittany, and I'm a teacher with Houston ISD.
Hey, Brittany.
What grade do you teach?
I teach 3rd grade.
Okay. How's it going for you?
It's pretty rough.
Oh, man. That sucks.
Is it the same as what we're talking about, like these scripts, and you have somebody coming in to monitor you, and then you get reprimanded, or the insubordination text I read?
Yes, I've been reprimanded 3 times for being out sick with COVID.
Oh, wow. Now, do you feel...
So you're supposed to go to work sick?
Yeah, they want
Yes,
you,
I'm on my way to work now.
they want you to come into work sick.
Oh, my
So do you fear that if you criticize in any way, shape, or form that they will punish you, that they'll take, there'll be repercussions?
Absolutely. I was written up 3 times on my day of return from COVID.
And what was why'd they write you up? For what reason?
I did not provide medical documentation on the time dated when she requested it Friday when I was out sick. She requested that I turn it into her at 4 p.m. And when I didn't see the email because I was in a hospital, I was written up for it.
Wow.
This person that wrote you up, is this someone that you worked with before, or are these new people they brought in? And they just...
No, I am a new teacher, brand new to the district.
Okay.
And this is my first year teaching. I was a stay-at-home mother, and I thought that I was getting a stipend. I thought that I was getting paid a certain amount. I thought that I was teaching 3rd grade. COVID, and I had to be out of my classroom. The day that I came back, I was written up 3 times, and with no assistance from human resources. And on top of it all, she told me that I could not return to my classroom, my 3rd grade classroom, that I was now going to be a co-teacher in a kindergarten classroom.
Oh, so they punished you.
Yes.
What is the point of this? I don't understand, Brittany. Like, what is the point of reprimanding and writing up so many teachers when there are obviously losing them at such a mass
And they
exodus?
bait and switched her is what they did.
This is so odd. Brittany, I'm sorry you're going through this, and I can't have even, I mean, you're just one of the many stories. 713-390-KRBE. Ellen's up next. We're asking teachers to call and tell us their side of it. Hi, Ellen. Good morning.
Good morning. How is everyone?
Good.
Well, we're doing better than a lot of teachers in HISD. What grade do you teach?
I'm actually the best friend to a 2nd grade teacher at an elementary school.
Okay.
They've been teaching for, I think, 27 years now. And just this weekend when we hung out and talked, they were telling me that there's going to be an exam that's going to be used to determine whether kids pass the grade or have to be held back. I believe the exam is called the MOP. Typically, the district would give like a beginning of the year assessment and end of the year assessment to kind of target or see how much kids grow. But this exam was now created by the new administration or purchased by the new administration. And kids at the beginning are going to be taking it. I think her class actually taking it today. And then at the end of the year, they're going to see how much they've grown. And they're expecting a 1 year's growth. So, for example, if a student is reading at a 1st grade level in 3rd grade, and they do not improve up to a 2nd grade level, they're going to be expected to go to summer school, which would seem fine, right? But the thing is that it also works against kids that are starting off reading in 3rd grade at an 8th grade level. If they don't show 1 year's growth to a 9th grade level, they're also going to be expected to go to summer school or held back.
So if they're already ahead and they don't improve that exponentially, they can be punished. That is terrible.
I asked for somebody to call and tell us who thinks it's a good idea, this change. Alicia's standing by to tell us why she thinks why she's for it. Hi, Alicia. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi. Are you a teacher, Alicia?
No, I'm not a teacher, but I did have 2 students that were in Houston ISD last year that are in Santa Fe ISD this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And my kids struggled in Houston. They can even say that, in 2 weeks of being in Santa Fe ISD, my daughter is pronouncing her words. She can read better. My son can read. They even stated that when they were in Houston ISD, they were just given computer work, work on paper, no hands-on work. I guess they just really did not have staff that really knew what they were doing. I'm not saying really bad things on the people there, but it's just their teaching style in Houston is totally different than even Alvin ISD, Santa Fe ISD. It's just totally different, and I think there just needs to be some changes on how they go about teaching and maybe some more training. It's totally different. In just 1 year, my kids totally went downhill with Houston.
Why don't they look at those models?
Get them out.
Why did HISD go just to our neighbors here, then these other ISDs, and see what they're doing to be successful and just copy that?
Yeah. That's why I got them over here in Santa Fe, and they love it. I mean, even my daughter was like, I love this. It is totally different than over there from last year.
What are the ages of your kids?
Soaring. I have a 7 and 12.
Wow, 7-year-old and 12-year-old.
So they love it because they got out.
And they were struggling. My son was reading at like a 2nd, 3rd grade level, and then now he's back up to regular. And within a month of being here. It's totally different. He says it's more hands-on. He gets into it. They do a lot more stuff instead of just sitting down in their seat, being still, given work on a computer.
Nice.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that you guys found a happy place for your kids to be educated, and it's working out for them. I think that if anybody wants to add to the story of what's going on in your school, whether you are a teacher, a parent, an administrator, y'all can always go to the listener line. It's open for you there, 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. Leave your comments there. The listener line's open for you all the time. Now, coming up next, we have Roula and Ryan's Roses, an update coming up.
Check in with Rachel after her man Matthew sent roses to Trisha. Busted cold.
If you missed what happened on Thursday, you get the recap and the update next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Time for a Roula and Ryan's Roses update.
And we're going to do this on the air.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, parental discretion is advised. Rachel and Matthew lived together, and she was going through his phone. He's using ChatGPT, asking questions like, how do I lie to my girlfriend? What are some romantic restaurants in town? And then she actually saw a wrapper, a mint wrapper. You know, those mints that some of the fancy steakhouses have.
I thought you said a rapper, like, wow, who's in town? No.
No.
She saw a rapper from a restaurant that has it imprinted on the mint.
And
but
she's like,
when he said he saw a rapper,
she's like, you never took me to that restaurant.
So, obviously, this was a first for us here on Roula and Ryan's Roses, where AI came into play as one of the clues as to how the suspicion came into play. If you missed what happened last Thursday, let's pick it up just to recap you and refresh your memory of what happened when I offered red roses while the girlfriend's listening in and is not going to her. Who the heck is Trisha?
Okay, her name is Trisha. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Would you like for me to write love, Matthew?
I think you can put just XOXO, Matthew.
I bet it's just a tip, Matthew.
Okay, what the is happening? Rachel.
I'll tell you what's happening. Who the is Trisha? And why is she getting any of the tips? Like, I don't understand.
Trisha works in receiving at...
I bet she does work in receiving, and you're in the giving?
Okay. Rachel, what the hell is going on? Like, what are you...
Okay, so I was going through your ChatGPT, and I saw everything that you put in there.
What?
Every single thing. Yes, I did that.
Rachel, what are you doing snooping through my phone? What the hell is wrong with you?
It doesn't matter. It proves to me that you're cheating, and you're cheating on me with some chick named Trisha? So is that the person that you took over to that restaurant the other night?
Oh my God! What are you? What are you, like a private investigator?
All these new moves.
Oh my God, Rachel. Okay,
these new moves
this is
in bed.
insane.
Like, you don't ever do any of that stuff in bed, especially that thing with your tongue. Like, really? Did she teach you that?
Hello.
Oh my God,
did she teach you that?
Rachel.
Did she teach you that? I would really like to know.
Rachel, This is crazy behavior. I'm sorry. This is.
Oh, no. Don't turn it around on her. She caught you.
She has evidence.
Red-handed. Come on, dude. If that's just the tip of the iceberg, what else do you have planned for Trisha?
I mean, the XOXO gives you away, man.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, what can I say?
That you're caught red-handed and you're a liar? How about that? Just say that.
I mean, okay.
Just say that.
All right. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do?
What do I want you to do?
Yeah, have you had a relationship with this girl, or y'all are just flirting because you're the
we're just
delivery
flirting.
guy?
We're just flirting.
You're just flirting, and you decided you wanted to send her roses? That's a flirt?
Does flirting include kissing?
Well,
I mean,
okay.
It does.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's fine. Listen, I also have access to your phone records, so I'm just going to go through there and see if I find little Miss Trisha's phone number, and then we'll take it from there. How about that?
Oh my
I get all the
God,
answers
Rachel!
that I
No,
need.
don't do that,
Thanks,
Rachel.
everybody.
Rachel,
I really
Rachel, you've
appreciate
done
all
enough.
your help. This has been great. Thank you.
Yeah, don't do that. But is she married or something? You don't want to ruin her life, too?
I don't care.
Is just the tip of the iceberg the red roses because that's a gift, and you're planning on giving her more and more gifts?
No. That's not what I was thinking.
I was looking through your photo rolls and your gallery, and I saw a picture that was on there for, and then all of a sudden, magically, the mints show up at the house on the counter. You're not even smart enough to leave stuff somewhere else. You put it right in front of me.
Look, Rachel. All right. I'm sorry. All right. It just kind of happened, and I guess you should work as a detective or something. Because
you know what? You're coming home at 1 and 2 in the morning. Clearly, you're doing more than just kissing if you're coming home that late.
Yeah, do you even want to be with Rachel? I'm confused here. Are you just trying to have two
not
women at
anymore.
once?
Not after she's been snooping like this. I'm done.
Turn this around on me because you're the one that was doing wrong here. You're the dumb one here.
You know what? Just you guys getting involved in people's business like this. Yeah, you.
Yeah, he got off the phone at that point, and we were just wondering, God, does this Trisha girl even have any idea that he's with her, that he's with Rachel?
Well, let's find out what Rachel found out over the weekend as we welcome her back for an update here on Roula and Ryan's Roses. Good morning, Rachel.
Hi. I could not wait to get off the phone because I had to find out if this girl knew anything about me or anything about the situation. And I quickly went online. I found like I told you all, I had his phone records. I noticed there was this number that he called throughout the day multiple times. So I'm like, yep, that's her. I called. I immediately asked her if her name was Trisha. She said yes. I asked her if she knew who he was. She said yes. Then I asked her if she knew who I was. And she was like, no. And I was like, well, I'm his girlfriend of 3 years. And apparently you and my man have been having an affair. And do you know anything about it? Because we need to talk this out.
Oh, man. Whoa, so she had no idea that he had a girlfriend?
Nope. She had absolutely no idea. I think she was a little bit scared because I was going off. But then she was like, no. And then I started asking her different questions, like when has she seen him? I asked her about the restaurant. And she said, yeah, that he took her there. And then there was a Saturday once when he was just gone. I didn't know where the heck he went. He told me he was spending time doing volunteer work. Yeah, he was volunteering, all right. He was volunteering over at her house, doing whatever.
Well, how long has this been going on between him and her?
Apparently it's been going on for months.
So Trisha, I mean, it's true that they met through the delivery angle, right? Where he delivers to her and she thinks she got this new boyfriend, but the boyfriend has a girlfriend for 3 years that she didn't know about.
And you guys lived together, so he never took her back home.
No. He went to her house, or they would go to a hotel. I mean, she spilled the beans.
What does she think about this? Is she mad too?
She is upset, but she doesn't want any smoke with me. So as far as I know, there's nothing else going on. And he's been calling me, just calling me. And actually, I haven't been home.
You haven't been home?
Mm-mm.
Where are you staying?
I've been staying at my girlfriend's house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I got to get out of there because I don't need to be there.
Is the lease under your name or his name or both?
It's under his. And that's fine. He can have
gives
it.
you an easy exit then.
That's good. You just walk out. Not have to worry about anything.
Yep.
Always looking out for the financial health of our listeners.
Yep.
Hey, that can be a tricky thing if you're both on the lease.
Stuck.
But it's funny. I feel like we are always so concerned about that lease.
When I got divorced, we had a big apartment, and they said you can't get out of the lease. You have 8 months left. So we had to each get 2 smaller apartments. So we had to live in the same complex.
Yeah.
That was a big one, but still being in the same area.
Not fun.
You can jet out easily with no problems because your name isn't on the lease. What's the plan now? That's it. You just never talk to him again? You're going to just make an appointment with him and say, get out of the house so I can come get my stuff?
Oh, yeah. I'm probably going to find a creative way to get my things. And
yeah.
Well, I would just make sure that you have somebody with you. Go over there with, do you have a brother or a father or anybody can go with you?
Bring Trish.
I will have lots of people with me, believe you me.
I don't think Trisha's going to be one of them, Eric.
Those you two together can just take care of business.
No, she's going to be done with all this. You'll be able to cut this drama out of your life completely. I know it's 3 years.
It doesn't make it feel good, though, Ryan. It's been 3 years.
I know. It's been 3 years of her life, and it's got to hurt like hell. But I'm saying getting your stuff and making that clean break and then, just having some time alone to process all this stuff, you'll be on the road to recovery.
The bad part is I really loved him, and I just can't believe that he did all of this, but it is what it is. Him.
Yeah. Or maybe don't do that anymore.
Yeah, stay away from that. He's had enough of that.
Thanks for calling back, Rachel, and we wish the best for you.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Rule and Ryan's Roses Thursday morning at 7 a.m. We have a brand new one.
And 8:20, we're going to do How Did You Catch a Cheater? We've been having some good stories the last few weeks.
You didn't even need us for roses. You caught them on your own. So that'd be 8:20.
Yeah. Share your stories.
Coming up next, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis had to make a giant statement after it came out that they had written a letter to the judge on behalf of Danny Masterson's character before he was sentenced to 30 years in prison for rape. And they're still feeling the ricochet effect of that coming out, what they have been removed from, what they've resigned
And that's
from.
not fair. I'm sticking up for those two this time for what's happening.
Okay.
For what just happened. Not for last week. For last week, I thought it was BS, but this week they're hurting
They're
a lot of other
unfairly
people.
getting railed on this?
Yeah, for what they're getting in trouble for is BS.
Oh, okay.
Sucks.
Well, we'll discuss this next in Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Hollywood to H-Town.
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop
on KRVE.
It's brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. So last week, Danny Masterson was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison for raping 2 women 20 years ago. And the news came out that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis had written character statements
like a character
to the judge.
reference letter to the judge.
Yes. Then they had to make a statement about why they wrote the statement, and they basically apologized for even, writing
by the way,
anything about him.
How do you do that? How do you write a character reference? Well, he was a nice rapist. I mean, what are you trying? What's the point?
You don't write he was a nice rapist.
Well,
obviously.
if anyone
You're
has a
writing
friend,
about his
like
character.
if you have a friend, you're going to stick up for the friend that the stuff that you've seen.
He was a respected guy when we were with him.
Yeah, that type of thing.
That kind of thing.
He wasn't with
So
women.
Ashton and Mila.
But with them is how he was painting the picture.
And then that got leaked out there, and everyone saw it. Mm-hmm. And that's why now everyone's trying to cancel him, huh, Roula?
Pretty much. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis actually founded a pretty fantastic organization. It's called Thorn, an anti-human trafficking organization. And this is they've been doing this for 10 years, but they resigned from being chairman because Ashton said in his statement, I have determined the responsible thing for me to do is resign as chairman of the board effective immediately. I cannot allow my error in judgment to distract from our efforts and the children that we serve. Victims of sexual abuse have been historically silenced, and the character statement that I submitted is yet another painful instance of questioning victims who are brave enough to share their experiences. This is precisely what we have all worked to reverse over the last decade. Mila has also resigned as board member because they don't want any negative anything impacting the work that
they're looking out for the greater
does.
good. So I respect that.
But
and I'm saying, the only part I have is that they're doing the Thorn. That is so awesome. That
Great
they've been doing that for
cause.
years. He's spoken in front of Congress. The other stuff, I'm not cool with. I don't understand the writing a letter
but
to
he
a
finds
judge. If
now
I was a judge, I'd be like, I don't need this
contradictory
crap. I'd be like,
but
really?
don't you think, Eric, that I see why they resigned. It's unfortunate because I'm sure them being on the board gets more traction. Right?
Yeah.
Meaning somebody's going to listen hey, Ashton Kutcher just called my phone. Mm-hmm. He wants me to help with XYZ thing.
Well,
yes, it gets more traction, but now he has to be away from it because of the contradiction of having written that letter for Danny Masterson versus the work he does with Thorn.
I just hope the people that want to be woke about them to get them canceled realize that if this screws with
helping other people,
look at the big picture of this. Yeah, yeah, we got to show them. We got them. We got rid of them. Well, you also got rid of 2 people that were trying to help thousands.
A lot of other people,
who
otherwise would not be helped.
That's what I worry about.
That's a shame.
That's a good point.
I don't care about
so
those
Mo
2.
Ammer,
I care about the people that are being abused and
No,
sex
100%,
trafficked.
and you're right.
amen.
I mean, think about how the scales balance like that. The two people that you got canceled were doing, like, the ripple effect of what they were doing is now silenced because somebody who has nothing to do with them is like, yeah, cancel them, and they move on to their next keyboard warrior thing to cancel the next person, when really thousands of people have been left in the debris that you don't even know you'll never meet.
That's the only thing
But yeah,
I
I hear your
There are
point.
repercussions, that's for sure.
Okay, over the weekend, Mo Amer was here. Dave Chappelle was his special guest. No cell phones allowed usually at these shows.
Who else? The other people too.
There were
Ralph Barbosa and Hassan Minhaj.
He was fantastic.
Oh,
so
that's fun. He was
y'all-
here too.
I like
How long
him.
do they have each on stage, guys?
Ralph was only 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and
quick
then
set. He's newer, so it was a quicker set. for him.
he was funny. I thought he was funny.
He was great. He's like really deadpan. He has like really cute puppy dog eyes.
Yeah. But here's the thing. When you went to the show, I mean, this was such a fantastic show
Where was
because
it? By a
it
place?
was at Bayou Music Center.
Yes.
So you go in and they had an artist from Damascus. His rapping was amazing.
He was great.
Amazing.
He set the tone.
It was
really
just,
nice.
like you felt like you were learning things,
Yeah.
at this show. And then, Mo was fantastic.
Mo was so funny. He did a bit about Louisiana. I don't want to spoil his set, but it got me together.
What was one thing
I
that
thought you'd like that.
'Cause you're from
yeah.
Louisiana.
He makes a joke about how we don't say our S's, and that's something I had to condition myself.
Like
out
how?
of. Like, I don't want to do it. It's embarrassing.
Come on, now we got to know
It's
now.
Because I got a feeling they filmed this whole thing, so I got a feeling this might
Go
be
ahead.
a Netflix special.
You said it's embarrassing, then you got to do it.
Yeah, we go down to Louisiana and we go, yeah, baby. Like, it's like the way he was doing it, it was like such a hyper mockery. I'm like, I don't sound
Well,
like
Mott, he
that,
told
do
a story
I?
about how he had to play a gig in Louisiana.
Yes.
He brought a friend who he said is a horrible comedian, but the only reason he brought him is because he had that accent and he could speak. He could get him out of trouble if they got into trouble.
Exactly, because nobody knew what he was saying.
What time did the Mo, like, if I was going to Mo Amer's show and you don't know he has all these secret people coming, like, what time does the ticket say, like, your butt's in the seat at that time, or is it more like
It says you're supposed to be there at 8. They didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody went on until about 8:45.
And the line was long, but it moved really quickly.
and then you had like three other comedians before him, and then Chappelle came on after Mo?
Well, no, here's how it happened. They basically, you've got the DJ who's kind of also the comedian that's kind of hosting.
He was great.
He was really good.
He was so funny.
And then you have the two comedians, and then you had Mo, and then Mo and the DJ are talking back and forth, trading Chappelle stories. And then Chappelle comes out, does an amazing. What do you think? He was on about 35 minutes. So
Yeah, it was pretty long. I just noticed he kept drinking from that cup.
it was funny. Some woman questioned him, "Is your cup even full?"
Well, yeah, because he kept sipping it. I'm like, it has to have run out by now. It was like an empty solo cup. I don't know if it was just for
You didn't see anyone in there who's filling it up?
No.
They filled it when he threw it. Remember, he threw some of it, and he's like, I can't say what Chappelle said to this woman. It was X-rated, but
overall, it was a great time.
It was
amazing.
a good time.
And then
Mo put
Bun
on a
B
good
came
show.
on at the end.
Oh yeah, Bun B did a
my
whole
God.
little mini concert. It was great.
It was
great.
really good.
Talib Kweli. Yeah, they were really great.
Let's say, this is the guy that really loves Houston. And Dave Chappelle, the way he talked about him, he's like, man, he goes, he wrote that Netflix series in my house. This guy warmed up for me 1,000 times, and he is the best person I know. Of course, I'm going to be here for him on Mo Day. And it was
That's nice.
it was fantastic.
It was very Houston. I loved it.
Sam has Olivia Rodrigo information for all of our super Olivia Rodrigo fans.
What?
The Guts Tour, Houston, Tuesday, February 27th of 2024. Tell them, Sam.
Yes, you better know your lyrics, because what I'm going to do is have, not just me, the whole entire KRVE. I wish it was just me. Be like, it's only on Sam's show. No, the whole entire
she tried, believe me.
I did, but Leslie, our boss, was like, you need to share, Sam. It's not nice. KRVE all day long. We are hooking you up with Olivia Rodrigo tickets for her Guts Tour, but you better know the lyrics, because we're going to play you a very short clip of her song, and you needed to finish the lyric.
Ooh.
And I have those tickets at 11:16 is your first chance for today. But like I said, we're doing it all week long,
better
all
study
day
up.
long. But if
Oh, her
you don't
fans
know
are gonna know the
her,
words.
yeah, you better. But sometimes, like rapid fire quiz,
You get nervous.
think you get nervous, and then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, no. But if you do not know the lyric, we cannot give you the ticket,
No,
and we
brush
have to go
up,
to the
man.
next person.
Start cramming.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam might be a pushover, but when it comes to this, nope, she's a stickler.
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna have to be a stickler.
Sam might be a pushover.
Or I'm going to get fired. And I really don't want to get fired. I'll take it.
Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in
canceled.
It is brought to you by Duncan. So they have found a way now where they can actually, because fentanyl is such a huge problem in Houston. Drugs have been found on envelopes and letters in jails and prisons all across the Houston area. So now to combat that problem, the Houston DEA office has a new drug testing tool. So instead of having to cut into a substance, an agent can now just swab an item, put it on a test strip, and it'll identify whether or not it is fentanyl in about 30 seconds, y'all. It can detect what the drug is and its effects. So this is really a great tool because you can literally touch fentanyl and die. That's how deadly this drug is. Horrible. This is a really great tool that they have now. So the Powerball jackpot tonight, $638 million. It's one of the biggest. It's the 10th biggest Powerball prize. And if you want to take the cash payout, $304.2 million. Boom, instantly. $304 million in your pocket.
You guys, we got to start a pot. Just give me the cash and I'll go buy the tickets.
Eric asked me earlier if I'd like...
Sure. We didn't win, guys, because I bought pot. Sorry.
Would you ask me earlier, would I rather have $500 worth of tickets or $500?
Yeah, like right now I go, Ryan, you get $500? Ahmad, you get $500 or $500 worth of tickets? Could be worth...
You know my answer, Ahmad. What's yours?
I'd take the
Ahmad's
500.
going with the tickets.
No, I need the 500 right now. I'm going to ACL.
Not guaranteed, yeah.
I need that.
Now, if you said $500 with the scratch
merch.
offs, that's a different story.
Ooh.
If it's just 500 quick picks, I think some people would want the cash right now.
Would any of you take the
500 in
tickets?
scratch offs is a different story because it could be more than $500 bucks.
I do like the dream. I like to have that dream about winning and talking with my wife if we won. But that's for $20. $500, I'd rather have the $500.
Me too.
Yeah. I need to buy Beyonce merch this weekend.
Yeah. You get the ticket. You just want to buy a shirt.
Merch. The Astros beat the Royals yesterday 7-1, and we are 1.5 games ahead as Texas lost to Cleveland 9-2. So Stros still 1.5 games up, and that is what's going down in H-Town.
Woo. Nice.
By the way, we scored 2 of those runs in the top of the ninth just to stick the fork in them yesterday.
Yeah,
it was loaded bases, and they walked Maldonado in.
That's pretty
because
cool.
they got him. That was pretty nice.
Yep.
Okay, coming up next on the show, we're going to do roundtable.
We want to do roundtable, and we want to because tomorrow we're doing Try It Tuesday, but we're doing something special because the item finally came in over the weekend.
Oh, dear
so
God.
we can do this. There's a gentleman named Steve we had on Closure a couple weeks ago. This guy was a hoot. He was definitely a character.
We've got some clips of Steve.
We play a little bit of him and why we bought this item because of him for Try It Tuesday tomorrow.
Definitely, if you have not been locked in to every single segment of every minute of the Real and Ryan show, then you miss this. And when you hear what Steve introduced us to, you're really going to be like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Because that's what we thought. Well, you're going to hear it next on the Real and Ryan show at 104.1 KRV.